Good evening and welcome to Express News with me, Deepika, your daily half-an-hour window that brings you 100 news and updates from the country and the world in 30 minutes. Let's begin. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the two-day Global Investors Summit 2025 in Bhopal, a city in central Indian state of Madhya Pradesh on Monday. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also launched more than 18 new policies of the state in the industrial sector of Madhya Pradesh on the occasion. Addressing the gathering, Prime Minister Narendra Modi underscored India's vision towards becoming a developed nation, identifying textile, tourism and technology as three key growth sectors. Prime Minister Narendra Modi released the 19th installment of Prime Minister Kisan Samman Nidhi Yojana and inaugurated and dedicated to the nation various developmental projects at Bhagalpur in the state of Bihar on Monday. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will also visit Guwahati in the northeastern state of Assam to attend a program that celebrates the culture of the state. On Tuesday, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will also inaugurate the Advantage Assam 2.0 Investment and Infrastructure Summit in Guwahati. India is hosting the Women in Peacekeeping, a Global South Perspective conference that brings together the participation of women peacekeepers from 35 groups contributing countries from the Global South. President of India, Draupadi Murmu, hailed India's contribution to UN peacekeeping. Dr. S. Jaishankar on Monday addressed the inaugural session of the conference. The two-day conference is being organized by the Ministry of External Affairs in collaboration with the Ministry of Defence and the Centre for United Nations Peacekeeping. As part of the Advantage Assam 2.0 program, India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar visited the Kaziranga National Park during his tour of Assam on Monday. The minister expressed his admiration for the park's rich biodiversity, calling it a remarkable experience. He also highlighted that Kaziranga has attracted over 3 lakh tourists this season. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar praised the park's successful conservation efforts and its vital role in protecting endangered species. Chief Minister of the Indian capital, Rekha Gupta, took oath as the member of the Delhi Legislative Assembly on Monday. The oath was administered during the first session of the 8th Legislative Assembly. Other cabinet ministers, including Parvesh Sahib Singh, Ashish Sood, Manjinder Singh Sirsa and Ravinder Singh, also took oath as the members of the Legislative Assembly of Delhi. India's Minister of Commerce and Industry Piyush Goyal and the UK delegation visited the National Crafts Museum in New Delhi. The delegation witnessed the ongoing Vasantotsav, which is the spring festival. The Army Recruiting Office in Rangapahad of Northeast Indian state of Nagaland, in collaboration with Lota Baptist Church, held Indian Army recruitment outreach programs in Dimapur, explaining the Agnipath scheme and its benefit. The Northeast Frontier Railway has inspected the Agartala-Sabroom route, enabling electric train services. New electrical infrastructure ensures a steady power supply and improve freight transport, trade and tourism while reducing carbon emissions. A major rescue operation is ongoing in the Nagar Kurnool district of the Indian state of Telangana after a tunnel collapsed at the Sri Sailam Left Bank Canal project, trapping 8 individuals. Army, Navy, NDRF, SDRF and other agencies are working to locate and rescue the workers. Telangana's Chief Minister Revant Reddy is monitoring the situation and is in constant communication with his ministers and senior officials. Minister Chupalli Krishna Rao briefed the media on the progress of the rescue operation. In an effort to bolster defence cooperation between India and France, Chief of the Army Staff General Upendra Dwivedi has embarked on a 4-day visit to France on Monday. The Indian Union Territory, Jammu and Kashmir, hosted the Foundation Day for 2 northeastern states of Arunachal Pradesh and Mizoram. On the occasion, LG Manoj Sinha paid tributes to the great leaders and freedom fighters of both the states. After 75 years of independence, Naxal-hit Kerlapinda village in the Sukhma district of Chhattisgarh witnessed a historic moment as the residents cast their votes for the first time on Sunday in 3rd phase of polling. Indian equity indices ended on a weak note. At close, the Sensex was down 857 points to stand at 74,454 and the Nifty was down 243 points to stand at 22,553. Indian rupee ended flat at 86.7 per dollar on Monday. Gold futures maturing on the 4th of April were priced at 86,216 rupees per 10 grams on multi-commodity exchange. Silver futures for the 5th of March maturity stood at 95,846 rupees per kilogram on the MCX. Global crude oil prices slipped in Asia on Monday, extending losses from last week on the prospect of a resumption of exports from Kurdistan's oil fields. European shares were largely unchanged on Monday, while Germany's benchmark index rose as investors greeted the widely expected victory of Friedrich Merz-led opposition conservatives at the national election. European Central Bank policymaker Pierre Wunsch said that the Eurozone faces the risk of sleepwalking into excessive interest rate cuts and must be prepared to stop lowering borrowing costs soon. The European Commission will propose exempting the vast majority of companies covered by the European Union's carbon border levy. The move would drastically reduce the 200,000 importers currently covered by the European Union's world-first carbon border fee. Asian markets mostly fell on Monday following a dour end to last week for Wall Street, where a disappointing round of data added to concerns about the world's #1 economy. Germany's conservatives swept to victory in Sunday's elections, with their leader Friedrich Merz set to become the next chancellor, followed by the far-right AfD in second place after record gains. Merz urged the speedy formation of a new coalition government, warning that as the US President Donald Trump is driving rapid and disruptive changes. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky took to social media and told his country's people on Monday that he was proud of their absolute heroism as the Russia-Ukraine conflict completes 3 years now. The UN General Assembly and Security Council will hold sessions to discuss the Ukraine crisis on Monday. That marks the 3rd anniversary of the conflict between Russia and Ukraine. The UNGA will vote for 2 draft resolutions relevant to the Ukrainian crisis. Ahead of the Security Summit, European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen and European Council President Antonio Costa arrived in Kyiv on Monday. European Union leaders will hold a special summit on the Russia-Ukraine conflict on the 6th of March as the US President Donald Trump makes overtures to Moscow over their heads. At an annual press conference, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky on Sunday offered to give up presidency if it means peace in Ukraine. Pro-Ukraine rallies were held in Washington and Taipei on Sunday to mark the completion of 3 years of Russia-Ukraine conflict. Large-scale light installation called Lights of Memory paid tribute over in Ukraine's western city of Lviv on Sunday. Hundreds of people gathered to attend the service and commemorate to the soldiers killed in the conflict. European Union buildings across Brussels lit up in the colours of the Ukrainian flag on Sunday evening to mark the 3-year anniversary of the Russia-Ukraine conflict. US President Donald Trump will host French President Emmanuel Macron at the White House on Monday. The French president will head to the White House on the 3rd anniversary of Russia-Ukraine conflict. United States President Donald Trump and Elon Musk made a statement to lay off the US aid personnel around the world, US Agency for International Development, which is beginning to implement a reduction in force. After FBI Director Kash Patel, now multiple US agencies have told the employees not to respond immediately to a demand by Elon Musk's Doge to lose their accomplishments in the past week or be fired. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said on Sunday that his country was prepared to resume fighting against Hamas after the Palestinian group accused it of endangering a 5-week-old Gaza truce by suspending prisoner releases. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office said that Israel was waiting to deliver the 620 Palestinian prisoners and detainees until the release of the next hostages, which has been assured. Israeli Foreign Minister Gideon Saar will meet senior European officials on Monday in Brussels, reviving a dialogue with the European Union as the bloc considers a role in the reconstruction of Gaza following last month's ceasefire deal. Syria's new President Ahmad al-Shara will be attending an emergency Arab League summit in Cairo on the 4th of March on the invitation from Egyptian counterpart Abdel Fattah el-Sisi. It marks a major step in rebuilding ties with the Arab world after the downfall of Bashar al-Assad. An American Airlines flight from New York to New Delhi was diverted to Rome due to a security concern, the threat later determined to be non-credible. Japan and the Philippines plan to establish a high-level defense consultation mechanism to expand defense exports. Ahead of a bilateral meeting in Manila, Japanese Defense Minister General Nakatani said that an increasingly complex security environment means Japan and the Philippines need to further enhance their defense cooperation. The Vatican on Monday said that Pope Francis, who is in a critical condition, battles double pneumonia, slept and is resting. Time to take a short break. We'll be right back.
Complex issues, hidden agendas, twists and turns, strategic games. We think all dots are linked. We just need to connect them. Join me every week as I connect the dots to unravel hidden designs in statecraft, mysteries, and decode issues that matter to you. Watch Connecting the Dots with me at these times on DD India.
Welcome back after that short break. Let's continue. Cars were submerged in muddy water and residents wading through flooded streets in Botswana after flash floods killed 7 people. Authorities have temporarily shut schools and blocked roads following more than a week of downpours. Due to a low-pressure trough moving south with cold air, active snow clouds spread from the Sea of Japan, resulting in snowfall in Kyoto City. The temperature dropped to around 0 degrees Celsius. The country's weather agency have warned people to be wary of avalanches and icy forts as heavy snowfall continues to cover areas in Japan. Several cities have seen record snowfall this month, causing traffic disruption and fatalities. Environmental activists in India's Uttarakhand are concerned about the impact of climate change on the rhododendron flower, known locally as buranch. Experts report that climate change has caused the flower to bloom much earlier than usual. Native to the Himalayan region, the rhododendron holds cultural and traditional significance. The shift in the blooming season could affect local festivals and rituals associated with this vibrant flower. As the weather continues in Srinagar city of the Indian Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, tourists were seen enjoying boat rides at the Dal Lake. The Indian Meteorological Department has predicted widespread rain and snow which are expected in Jammu and Kashmir beginning Tuesday after an active western disturbance. An orange alert has been issued for parts of East Indian state of Odisha with heavy rainfall expected over the region. In India's capital Delhi, a slight fall in minimum temperatures was recorded on Monday and the weather officials have predicted slightly rain which is likely to take place on Tuesday morning. Philippines has reported more than 43,000 dengue cases from January to mid-February. Health officials warn rising temperatures and unpredictable weather patterns that have created ideal breeding conditions for mosquitoes. The heat wave in Rio de Janeiro prompted the city to install pet hydration points that began operating on Wednesday. The Sambodromo in Rio de Janeiro became a scene of faith and celebration as the traditional wash of the Spukai took place a week before the start of Carnival. Participants engaged in the symbolic washing and blessing of the parade venue with singing, dancing and perfumed water to purify the space and attract positive energy during the carnival. In Brazil, Rio de Janeiro hosted pet owners and their costume dogs to celebrate the annual Blocao Street Party. On the iconic beach of Copacabana, pre-carnival festivities kicked off, gathering dozens of pets and their owners dancing to the carnival music. The Fido Awards, which is the annual canine equivalent to the Academy Awards, were held in London on Sunday, with the doggy star of Deadpool and Wolverine getting her paws on the top global award. The Oruro Carnival opened in an extraordinary symphony of sound in Bolivia's Oruro on Saturday. At least 70 bands and over 5,000 musicians performed together to mark the 23rd edition dedicated to Bolivia's bicentennial. American pelicans have migrated up to over 4,000 kilometers to the Mexico City, seeking warm waters and food for the winter. Originating from Canada and the United States, these birds travel each year to avoid extreme cold, settling in the wetlands of Mexico City from November till April. Hundreds of amateur artists took on the challenge of reproducing 1,300 artworks of the Pompidou Museum over a period of 3 days. Turkish designer Burak Su displayed his last collection at London Fashion Week that was inspired by Austrian-Hungarian Empress Elizabeth. Irish designer Paul Costello drew inspiration from the equestrian world for his latest collection at London Fashion Week, showcasing Jodhpur-shaped culottes, tweeds and prints featuring show jumpers. The 14th annual Sharjah Light Festival concluded on Sunday with the theme Art Meets Technology, Transforming the Emirate Skyline. The second edition of the India and Bahrain Festival was organized in Sanabis by the Indian Embassy, showcasing India's cultural diversity through performances, art and cuisine. The star-studded night of the 31st annual Screen Actors Guild Awards has wrapped up. Conclave took home the top prize for Best Cast in a Motion Picture. Timothy Chalamet scored the SAG Award for Best Movie Actor for playing music legend Bob Dylan in A Complete Unknown. Demi Moore was honored with SAG Award as Best Movie Actress for her role as fading celebrity seeking a fountain of youth in the substance. The supporting movie actor and actress trophies went to Kieran Culkin for A Real Pain and Zoe Saldana for Emilia Perez. The British Film Designers Guild announced the winners of its 14th Production Design Awards on Saturday in London. Conclave won Best Production Design, Feature Film, Contemporary and Fantasy Awards at the British Film Guild Designers Guild Awards. Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo, star of Wicked, bagged British Film Designers Guild Award for Best Production Design, Major Motion Picture Fantasy. Keke Palmer, who starred in this year's 2025 tragic comedy film called One of Them Days, won the Entertainer of the Year award at the 56th NAACP Image Awards. Kerry Washington's The 6888 won the Outstanding Motion Picture Award at the 56th Image Awards, reported Variety. It was written and directed by Tyler Perry. US former Vice President Kamala Harris took home the Chairman's Award given to those who excel in public service and leverage their unique platforms to ignite and drive meaningful change. The Japanese animation Futsu no Shikatsu was honored at the Berlinale Film Festival, receiving the Silver Bear Jury Prize for a short film. New Zealand are currently facing Bangladesh in the Champions Trophy Group A fixture in Rawalpindi. If New Zealand defeats Bangladesh, they will qualify to the next round alongside India, eliminating host Pakistan as well as Bangladesh from the ongoing tournament. Star batter Virat Kohli slammed an unbeaten 100 to lead India to a 6-wicket victory over Pakistan in the marquee clash of the Champions Trophy in Dubai. Electing to bat, Pakistan were all out for 241 with Saud Shakil and Mohammad Rizwan scoring the bulk of the runs. In reply to this, India chased down the target in 42.3 overs. Virat Kohli etched his name in record books as he became the fastest to complete 14,000 runs in ODIs in just 287 innings, breaking Sachin Tendulkar's record, who achieved the feat in 350 innings. Indian batter Shreyas Iyer praised Virat Kohli and bowlers for their decisive roles in the victory against Pakistan in Champions Trophy in the post-match press conference on Sunday. In Women's Premier League, defending champions Royal Challengers Bengaluru will face UP Warriors at M. Chinnaswamy Stadium in Bengaluru on Monday. A blistering first-half volley by Luka Modric and late Vinicius Junior strike helped Real Madrid to a 2-0 home victory over Girona on Sunday. Liverpool took another step towards the Premier League title with a 2-0 victory at Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium on Sunday. Novak Djokovic will play at Indian Wells as the Serbian shakes off injury concerns and resumes his hunt for a 100th singles title. Ethiopia's long-distance runner Solomon Boriga celebrated his marathon debut with a strong show at Seville Marathon on Sunday. In women's race, Anchinalu Desi powered to victory in a time of 2 hours, 22 minutes and 17 seconds ahead of man on trap. Sebastian Baez eased past Frenchman Alexander Mueller in straight sets in the Rio Open finale to successfully defend his title. Aston Martin revealed their Formula One car for the 2025 season. After a challenging 2024 season filled with setbacks and missed podium opportunities, the team is now gearing up for a comeback this season. Indian squash star Saurav Kushal made a successful comeback from retirement as he won the title at the Octane Sydney Classic on Sunday. And services emerged victorious in a nail-biting finale against Railways to claim the 71st Senior National Men's Kabaddi Championship in Cuttack on Sunday. And with this, it's a wrap here on Express News for now, but news and updates will continue here on DD India. So don't go anywhere, keep watching and keep tracking DD India for all latest news and updates from the country and the world. Thank you so much for joining us right now. Namaskar.